High forcing deliverance and communication line centers, math sequence, map codes, AI, position, location, directions. X marks the spot, communications. All of those division locations, tactic view, coming in high system location, Jumanji. Nature is in a full cycle of position locations of freedom. Sovereignty is given back to calculation high system. So it's kind of like understanding that everything that's happened is now repositioning. So understanding that you're locked in a cage and all of a sudden you realize, I'm free, free to do whatever you want. Get back into the mobility, get in position, location of directions, finding out exactly where you are, backtrack your interference, find your clock and locations, bring back your center line. So it's very powerful when you come at location to its calculations. So today in class, we're going to travel to the Mediterranean Sea. We're going to go through the underwater line center hub position locations. You're going to see mermaids, mermans. You're going to see the shark lines. You're going to see all of position location of whales. You're going to see the dolphins. You're going to connect to high line center rotation, high position location directions. You'll be in your capsule units. You'll be in your wetsuits. You'll be traveling through all levels of the jungle. We're coming in Jumanji Awakening, which is interesting too because it all lines position location to its movie. Now, the movie sets its position of directions. You guys are going to connect to all levels of each other. Really stay in that formation locations. All right. I'm putting you guys in the jungle so you can release all your fear. Getting rid of the fear line center and fear specification gets you back in track line centers, back in communications, back into line centers, into your freedoms. Freedom of this, freedom of that, what you see here, what you see there. Okay. So a course line is position AI map position locations. We're going to a scavenger hunt. Okay. So you're going to connect to the ships. You're going to connect to the pirates. You're going to be into the underwater city line connections. You're going to have spiritual guide communications, especially when you come into all that system. Okay. You need guides in the jungle. Right. So you're going to see grass lines higher than you. Okay. You're going to see so many level position locations. This is understanding how nature comes back where it's supposed to be. Okay, water containment systems allocate time stream interference, electrical light connection wires, all communications back in a line system. So it's reconstructing everything back of its division location, or where it's supposed to be all this time. All right. So before we get started, how's everybody doing? All right, Lindsay, Zira. Hey, Zara, how you doing? Great to see you, Zara. This is all calculations of Eve. Eve, this is everybody. Sharon, stabilize line and rotations, calculations. Missy, let's see. Go calculations of Jill, Amby, send location Airbender, Terry, Don, Lindsay, Pam, Gypsy, Heather. Should say JP. All right, things are going to get a lot more easy for you guys too. So let's see. And it's all about understanding how to use the compass, basically how to walk through the jungles, how to recognize things, coordinates, positions, path, all levels of view. So your avatar is going to be set in locations of levels, right? So if you've seen the movie Jumanji, it's something similar, except it's more real. Time frequency, time code line center. Clocking line center is already set at the sundial. It's in position location line conditions. So it's knowing exactly where you are, okay? Mark, okay, to this location, this position, all right? So when traveling, you guys are understanding more of your system, to understand why you're seeing this and why you're seeing that. It's about how to understand what's going on in this moment of space-time, high center interference. But it's all about releasing your fear tracks and putting you guys back in position of what's happening with you and how you see these things and how do you come across these things and what do you do? How do you help each other? That's what this is. This brings you closer together, going through an AI map sequence locations of a treasure hunt. So, Andy. Okay. Russ. All right. Veronica, Sammy, Ashley, Amy. All right, so as we get in position, map's already set up in sequence, pattern location with calculations. So everything that we do, we put back in online. Okay, it's putting this here, it's putting that there, where it's supposed to be, where it's always supposed to be, what you guys are supposed to be living, the locations. All right, so this is the map that's set up the coordinate. So it's amazing how you say high interference location of directions. This is the map. X marks the spot. Okay, so you're going to start here, and you're going to go through all lines and locations: caverns, water, okay, ships, pirates, compass. All right, knowing exactly way to level everything that you need to see, how to really get in position, how to get into the levels of survival. So it's already done high system location, already coordinate line center. So it's all position location, how you reach all lines of all levels. Okay, so it's like going from one level to another level to another level, from one board to another board to another board, right? So every time you pass a board to a level, you go to higher levels, right? You get higher number locations, right? It's the same thing. So you have to start recognizing, okay, how to really protect your system, really understand each other. This will bring you guys closer together, okay? Especially your command information locations, your units. All right, so settings, position, location, and directions. Right, scavenger hunt. Jumanji awakening, wake up high centerline interference. And position of directions. Now, signals in rotation. Clocking is on the high line center of a watch interference. Sundials coming in high rotations. So I'm going to set up the sun screens, electrical light condition interference, in position of direction. Rotate the positions of high line center into the moon location. Remember, the sun and the moon has to be in position and direction because it's inside you. Sun, the moon line system. All right. So sun gazing high center, starting off as center position, location, and directions. Walking the surface to its gateway line conditions. All right. So setting line center location to security measures. In position location. All right. So we're setting up security perimeters and parameters, things that you can do and things you can't do. All right. So I see a cross stream location electrical fence. You're not going to jump it. It says prohibited. It's restricted. You don't go there. So there's certain line conditions levels: security line position, line screen and rotation. Right. So we have a grass screen location, walking surface, getting ready to go location. All right. Starting position location line here. All right. So all levels, X marks the spot, communication line system. Set course line and rotation line conditions. Illuminate graph centers. Okay, so we have electrical light conditions. Sun's coming in position of direction. There's the sun. All right, setting signal location in the moon. Cross signal locations, all levels. Okay. Illuminate graph line center location of team system. Cross signals. In position of direction. All right, so as it's coming in high center, you guys are walking surface locations. 1, 2, 3. All level connections to the team line. Snap my fingers. Into the jungle. There you go. Timer's on. All right, set and signal position of directions. Crossing positions. All right, here we go. You guys are walking across line centers. Have fun. Open window dimensional line center. Here's the door. Have fun. You're going through location. Now you're in the jungle line system. Okay? 30 minutes on the clock system. Time position code signal. Correlate high center location time frame. Center position of the now line rotation into automatic line stream. Calculation modification to its line system. Right? Go through the treasure map communication system to its Jumanji. All right, have fun. That's a position of directions. Knowing exactly what's happening through track center. Now, it's important you understand when you're seeing these things. It's really understand to put things where they're supposed to be in all location. All right. All right, so it's all set up, map sequence locations. All right. So now you guys are gone. You know where you are? You're in the jungle. Why? Because the door's gone. See? No more door. It's not there anymore. So basically, you set up a jump scare in position line. You disappeared. Now it's not there. That's how you close things through a portal. The portal's not there anymore. right? So nobody can get through. So it's everything through a map sequence, map code, map position, location of directions. You guys have your own position of directions, knowing exactly you're working as a team. You're working as a team. Okay? So that's the most important thing, how to do this. And say, well, okay, no, I want to hold the map. No, it's my turn. No, it's nothing like that. I want you guys to come together more and more. That unified line center opens all your telepathy to yourself and to each other to that location. Okay? So have fun. All right, so as you guys are going through the jungle, I'm going to set channels, high interference, redirect high center interference. So basically you got a voice grid location, offline position, so you can hear my voice location. All right, so we're going to go through high interference. All right, so this is all levels of spot check locations. Round line center circle interference. Okay. It's interesting too because all levels of view is position of directions. Now you can sequence patterns and change line condition, right? Now it's all about understanding to all levels of view through planet locations. Now you can reposition location of directions inside position, right? So you can lock in sequence. Locking in sequence is position of location, right? So we come into higher line center, open communication cycles, high information line centers, where it's coming through sonar line rotation. Okay, as a distance signal, setting recourse location. This is how we set positions of direction, right? Setting direction line centers opens all communication, locking screens. This is how we do things. 3-line communications. Now each realm box represents your perception location, how you see things. So it's important you understand locking frame is all levels of view timelines. Timeline, rotation, position location. So you can move line system. See the intelligence? Eyes, nose. Eyes in the nose. There's the intelligent location. There's the arms. There's the body. See, there's always a face in structure interference. It's set position locations of its directions. See? Right? In calculations, bringing it back in high center, you see an intelligent location, right? There's the intelligent location. So it's sure you stand it has set things up in high signal. It all communicates its line interference. It opens all position location of directions. But setting line signals is all levels of view through space position locations, right? All right, so let's go through coloration path. All right, we're going to go through all line rotations. Setting position locations. Now remember, a heart line center can set signal locations times pi. All right, changing track center interference position or directions. Now this is a rainbow graph interference times pi. All colorations of channel into alpha wave communication system. Right? Reverberate channel line center rainbow activation to perception line interference to T reception locations to all coloration path of a rainbow system. Or you go through one color line center, which is all colors of rotation interference of green. Green is not one color, it's all color. Okay? Of green. But it's not green. It's green and yellow. It depends on your behavior line. If your line center and your track interference and your motion location is, let's say you're working with 24,000 lights. Well, okay. In position locations, take half of that. That's 12,000 lines of light communication, right? So you got 12,000 lines of negative and you got 12,000 lines of positive position, right? So as you're going in position of directions, you have to make sure you stay in the emotional track of a security program location. Because if you don't, it off signals all line center, sets up beacon light locations into security breach, overrides its position locations offline direction, right? And then you get other XT1000s coming in position of direction. Red alert, red alert, red alert. So you don't want to do that. So you want to stay in your emotional track, which is one line signal and balanced position locations, right? But don't set your line center location to flat line because we already know what that is. So you want to change interference of flat line to force. Force communication. Force equals communication. One line division line center. And that's important to understand. In staying in track line center line conditions, all levels of 644 every time you get up in the morning location. Now that channels is channel line center, but you can go from 644. But this is interesting. Okay, I'm going to give you another multipass. When you're going underwater, you're imploding. Okay, when you're coming out of water, you're exploding. So imploding, exploding. So the imploding is crushing in. Exploding is out. So understanding the difference of weather pattern is all levels. It's both line center locations equals pressure. Okay, equals release. Pressure equals release. So it's to understand the force line of communication, all position of its directions. Okay, high signals, right? So you're taking four lines center in position of direction, all right? So you got the connections on east line, and you got the connections on west line, and you got position of north line, and you got position location of south line communication, right? So as you're setting high interference, you're releasing pressure location. Now let's go back into the heart line rotation grounds. Okay, in position location to all levels. Adding signal location east line and west line position of flux capacitor. Now, once you come into flux capacitor, you have to activate the locations. The left in the hemisphere and the right position location has to be activated, right? Or it won't activate the 8-line center location to its crown chakra. Signal position of directions. Now it's activated. Setting high line center, electrical light connections to its pyramid. There's the pyramid, right? So the higher you go, the more you connect to vibration, frequencies, and shapes. Just the shapes in the line system. Now the communication line center changes the atmosphere line system. Let's go through box round line center. See the box lines? You have to identify everything in position location because it offlines its center. All right. So let's go into security measures. Security measure here, security measure here, 3, 4. Let's start off with 4 lines. Now the box line center, white graph interference, is recognizing the security lines. 4 security lines. Where's it coming from? All levels of Pluto, right? Where's the communication coming from? High line center locations to X3000 line connections. A security measure. Program locations into high line system. Triangulation is force line. Opens all communication. Line strip its position of direction. Okay. So you got a diamond core line center interference position locations. So north, east, west, and south. Okay. Or you can go east line center, west position location, north line in position locations. Teleportation, stream interference. Doesn't matter location. What matters is, do you understand the importance of what you're communicating with through its track line system locations of 4 line centers of security measures into box line rotations of white graph and location. So if you understand that tactic view, it changes line center location to its map system to a triangulation force line. In positional locations, another X2000 comes in, but at different coloration line conditions. Black. Black comes in position location, sets a new line center to new position locations, all levels, sequence pattern interference location to a black hole. Now that black hole opens all communication lines centered to another position of direction location, dimensional setting. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 circle line centers, a black hole interference position line center, interference position location of balance of yin and yang. Now, once you come into calculation, truly understand line rotations, you start off with this high system. Okay, so it's really standing the grounds like in high in rotation, same coloration of change position. Now that changes the direction line system. Okay, so it's routing the system line center, electrical light panel location. This is what comes into the scrambler on both line position location of directions. Okay, it's the weaving system locations. It spurts out channel operation line strings, and it opens all keyframes position of directions to pyramid of vibrational line connection. It's incredible when you reach those position, location, and directions. Okay. All right. So as we go in electrical light connections, we set up channel line streams. Okay. There's one line center interference. See that? Okay. So we lock that in signal. Okay. We set position, location, and direction. All right. See that? See the bottom line? Triangulation force line. All right. Set and signal. It's off position, location. Now we got to put that back in calculations because we don't. It's off position to ground system. Lock it in screen. All right. Change the colors and line interference. All position locations. All right. Now we can set line center locations. Now the sun comes into high interference. It portals right through the center line into the triangle force line communication. All right. As it's going in high center, we always bring in the moon. You got to bring in the moon. Now the moon is a coloration line center. It's changed position, location, of directions. Okay, it's showing you exactly how fast you can travel through all levels of vibration. Right? The alpha channel communication center, the commanding system locations, the space position line center. It's all levels and how you fluctuate location to its position. Right? So you got winds on high line center location at east, and you got wind line center locations at west line. See the wings? Now in position of directions, you set line communications to its pyramid. There's the pyramid line rotation. Split it into division, cross signal its high line center into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 positions of directions. Okay. That opens up line screens. Now the line screens comes into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in body locations. Climbing high center interference. Open all communications to fluctuation. Sets up high interference line direction locations. Coming in orb channels. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 line centers, 5 within system locations. And this is how you merge into anything through portal line. How you actually can go in a center line connections to an orb and open all communication cycles to its reinforcing location. Ooh-ah. So it's incredible how we actually travel. And I keep saying that. It's all formation location, how you see yourself through keyframes, key factors of view. Key factor of view through channel line center operation signal, open all communication line system. When I say open all communication of line signal, that opens up all key frames to its tesseract, to its tetrahedron. But it coordinates its brain line center interference position of direction. That's why it's so powerful through its connections, right? Because you have to understand the line screen. Now, a line screen is all levels of a graph screen locations, right? At all position locations of its direction starts off with that location. I circle line in rotation, security measure, position, location, directions, right? So you can change how levels, you can change position locations on line, right? Setting position locations to an XT1000 line location, right? There it is. See? XT1000 comes in, opens all line position. Now this is box interference. This is very powerful. Okay. Setting a new crop circle location to its position. See? So it's all about understanding how to use the kaleidoscope locations. Now you get an atom interference, point locations. You can back center line rotations, but use that as a reference. Okay, but you stay in the 24 signal. Don't go off clocking because you'll equal line center, which is negative over positive. Puts you in position of 12 line connection. So you don't want to do that through track locations. Now, when you interline its position locations, okay, you can set up a moon line interference. Now this colorates its position, location, to directions, right? Rainbow screen interference. There's the moon. Moon's coming in position location to the center line connections. Always in the center operation because you're working from in and out line position, not out. The higher you go from in and out, out and in. So you have to understand the exit locations from here and from here location. Now you got a T-line center, right? So this tops its signal location to all levels, opens all line connections to its box surface, all position location of its rainbow graph line center in position of directions. Now it opens up channel defense lines, opens up another box location in the center operation line system. Okay, see how it goes position location. Now that overloads line signal in position of directions. That opens up higher line connection. See that? Look how powerful that is, guys. Look how powerful that is to the hologram structure. You guys have to find a way to reconstruct your hologram interface all through crop circles, all through 24 signal, all through rainbow graph locations, all through kaleidoscope location. Understand line center locations and how to set a rainbow graph line center in position of directions to the moon surface. Now, all levels of direction locations, you can set another box center into the middle line sys location. So you got 3 locations, right? So open up a dimensional line rotation into dimensional line connections of a signal of high force line connections to its Fibonacci. Now the Fibonacci comes in high center, opens all communications, but you got to set up security panels. In rotation interference and high center line rotation, you can change the coloration path, okay, into all position. This changes position locations. Now the moon changes high line center into all levels of purple in calculation. The moon can be any color, same with the sun location. All right, so as it comes in, it line screens down in position at opposite direction location, cross streams high line center in position location to the sun line position, opens all line center, a time frequency code line center to its compilation line rotation, opens up all communication line center in position locations, all levels of a graph of a cyberdynamic high center line connections, hypertronic, high interference location of a realm and rotation system. So the cybertronic is a communication triangle. It's an open signal rotation line interference to a graph signal. It opens all communication line center to its robot view. The communication triangle opens all communication to its escape. The escape line center activates high stream division locations, guys, right? To higher formation locations of your GODs. Your geometrics of operation of design line system opens all communication triangles in high force line triangle location. Now, this comes into a cosmic view. Now, the cosmic view is center position of directions. All right, opens all line center. Let's go into the green. Green in position location is what? It's the heart line. Security position location of direction, right? So it's changing high center of triangles. I'm just showing you how you can plat it to 3 locations position, 3 line connections. And again, you can go from in and out line center, but you're making position location and you're escaping line center to flights. Navigation's 1 to 12 location, right? Higher channel line center location of travels. Gets complicated, right? Now, if you're overcrossing line center, you have to set up a new security perimeter because it can't be off signal because the X2000 will come in position, location, and directions. So make sure you panel that in position. So you don't want to have anything higher above than line center location and security, all right? Because the set signal will be not in position of directions. So you can walk across line center. Let's go into rainbow graph line center security measures. Everything rainbow graph location. Okay, recourse line center interference. Setting a new graph line channel to repeat reception line connections. Road graph location. Ooh, see that? Now, you can walk the surface in high interference, set position locations, set a high line center to star line connection. There's a star line. See the star? Now, the star is an activation stream location, right? So this opens up a space channel. This highlights its connection to its high interference. Now let's change interference locations to its black hole. Star line center is changing black in position location, how you can see the highlights. Highlight position location and directions. Center point locations, everything interline goes in position location, goes in position locations to its triangulation. Set in position location to the ground line center. You need the grounds of powers in the atmospheres to activate anything to core location. Once you understand the high line rotation, you can change the graph interference. Okay? Walking signal, you can open up the arch. There's the arch in position of direction. Right? So it's amazing how you can really set things up, guys, and illuminate the skylines of grids or anything through all levels of view. It's the metric line condition, how things are set up to all surface. It opens up all communication line interference in direction to its optical cycle in position of direction. See? See how it travels? It disappears. So that's an X2000 coming in, done through equation, zipping out. Right? It's not doing it, is it? It's not doing it. See? Because it's gone. So XT1000 comes in position, knows exactly what to do with the coordinates. Understand the graph interference to starlight centers. Stars are position locations of commanding centers. All right. Luminate graph interference. When you look at the skylines, Skynet interference position directions, this is what it looks like. Right. So if you understand position location, this is what you see in the skylines. That's what you guys see. And it goes in and out like that. And then it starts to move. But as its zipping line center is always in position location, zip, zap, zoom, sets graph interference position location of computer interference line conditions. Setting a computer graph location into your computer operation line system to your keyboard location, space line centers, in position of directions. Okay. Setting signal location is calculations. All right. So you got an XT1000 coming in high center, row graph location. Crossing streams, right, into your position locations. Right. It's on the screen. Right. So it sets up a Skynet line center interference. Okay. Sets a wall line channel. Electrical light panel interference location, electrical circuits, high position of directions. Now, high in line rotation is all levels. How you set these course line centers in direction is how you use your illumination graph centers. Illuminates the high center location to all levels of your computer in high rotation. Okay, this helps all line centers. So it illuminates high screens in its position of direction, right? So it's truly understanding what you're doing. All right, so we've done a lot so far. You guys are in formation locations into your scavenger hunt. All levels of calculations, right? So where are we here? Okay, let's see. I'm just going to back phrase line center interference, clock locations, staying in one position line centers, right? Try not to get into the 12 diversion location high system. Try to stay in the 24 signal. Because if you go in a 12 line center reference, what you're doing is you're reversing cycles and you're creating back channel line rotation. You don't want to do that. Forward locking, back locking. That's the most important you have to understand. Every single time you channel, you have to make sure that you stay in position. If you're going to lower vibration, try to stay in the 24 cycle because it's the birth line center of yin and yang line system. If you don't, you're in a 12 line track, a separation, okay, through acceleration line system. Okay. That's important to understand these things. So you're splitting your chakra system at 12,000 lines angles and another 12,000 line angles, a positive, negative. You're splitting it. It's magnetic, but it's wet. It doesn't stick, right? So that's a true understanding where you get in position of directions. It's mostly important to understand your clocking center, your 24 signal, your 24 locations, and your 24,000 line centers is all levels of view through light location. How to use it is all application, right? So it's all understanding how to use the transmissions and communication of transformation to its line conditions. The mutation line center opens up the light signals, setting information locations to one molecular light and another molecular light, right? Opening up a signal. So how do you open up signal? Okay. So it's about understanding what you see on the other line center. How to set up rotation spin cycles all through hand formation location of 5 lines. Do you see that? Did you see it open? Did you see that open? Did you see the graph open on the other side? You saw the dimensional, you see the orb? It just went and it disappeared. So that's how you basically create the line center. Space inside you, what represents your line center, space is created from outline system because you've already created from inside position. So this is the true understanding where things get more real to your reality, where you actually see the portals and its orbs and its teleportation. Okay? Traveling through these things is knowing exactly what you're doing through eye receptor location. Eyes are the windows of the soul. Recognizing that puts you in position location, knowing exactly how powerful it is to see yourself on the other sideline connection. All right? Okay, creating vortex with you. Just going to setting frequencies, fields around team, big animals, connections to walls. Setting codes. All right, going down, checking guys out. Oh, good. See ships. Excellent. Shipwreck. Upgrade suit. South shoulders, sabers, internal hidden dragons, claws, blossom flower. Great. So you know what it's like to actually position the direction locations. All right, doing coding, light language, also opening portal and temple, lighting form and coming into striking the temple. See, the thing is too is that you have to understand that you can actually open portals here. There's side in your realities. I just showed you right now. You saw it and it disappeared. That's how powerful you are. So the connections of nature has to understand you through DNA signature and understand where you are in position locations all up through your code system. The code signature patterns and interference position directions opens all line connections to you through force position. To understanding, you have to have a commanding voice, right? And this is how you get things to manifestation, right? But you have to see yourself on the outline. Okay, because every time you outline air rotation, outline connections, you don't get anything through calculations. Because you get up in the morning and you say to yourself, I'm not getting anything. It's because you're going from outline. Stay within the I system, and then you create the space line, time, position, location, time calculation. Modify signal locations and how you use your travel line centers. So it's important to understand these things, right? Because you're using the line center interference locations. Right? When you want to understand more of yourself, you go inside. Okay, every day, right? But stay on a 24 line center. Okay, because you don't want to fall or tip. Whoa, too much on one side. Whoa, too much on the other side, right? So it's like teeter-tottering. You want to stay on that boat. You know, it's like, whoa, you're trying to bounce yourself out. You know, that's all it is, right? So, and the thing is, you don't want to overflow the water locations because that has security measures, it has perimeters, it has this laser connection to its directions. So, you understand, when you go inside line center, you understand more levels of you through space line, and then you get more calculation, which is more informative, right? Because it's going from to and from. Okay, so what is the intent to the location? Okay, which is force of its creation. Powerful stuff. All right. Swimming with terrifying and receiving much. Beware of their portal ceiling, energy orbs, use light torches. We're in front of another holographic wall, or gold is hidden behind. All right. So beautiful. They're giving us chest plates, upgrades today. There you go. See, you're getting your upgrades. Everything you get, it reflects to you. Everything you see, it connects to you through your realities, your perception. Lights of smell, flowers in the halls. Dolores is smiling. Yep, Dolores Ken is there. You guys will see what you want to see, right? Knowing how real the other sideline is. But to understand that is line connections of balance communication to physical line, right? You have to understand that line system location of its position, right? Because that directs all signals, locations of you inside, right? So great. Survival kits. All right, very good. Okay, you guys having a lot of fun. Knowing what it's like to be on a scavenger hunt. I feel it's clearing so much. It's amazing. What do? We do together. So overjoyed. I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I know. But it's incredible too because all levels of you, this is how you get things to your realities. What sets its course line? It's all line conditions. You know, it's really, really getting into these things and how things are set up through operationalized system. But it all starts with a map of equation, right? So interposition locations, retracking line center division, I'm going to take you guys back. So it's kind of like a roller coaster going back in signal. It's like, whoa, I just went back. So we're going to do X mark the spots. You guys are going to go right back to position location. So they're going to open up the arc line center, disappear I system, back in calculation, right? All right, signal position locations, code signals, crew squads, line center locations. Going into the condition GFL, rebellion line rotations, high center location, sending cinematic communication, sensing gods, high center interference, bring it back calculations. Now I'm going to put you guys back in the rainbow graph streamline center because that's where you are at position location in the high system. Back in locations, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Signal positions back in track center. You guys are back. So in calculation, modification line center, rotation stream system. So it's known exactly what you're doing through calculations. All levels division line conditions marks the spot. Was that fun or was that fun? Yeah. So you guys got upgraded. You got your treasure, your gifts. It's gratitude on how fast you guys are going through your locations and how fast you are putting your position location of directions, getting all levels of you through the mind system adaptation to its memory. So congratulations on that. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. All right. It's important you understand what you are seeing. It's why you're seeing these things. Like trying to understand, why am I seeing a triangle? What's the importance of the triangle? Why am I seeing a circle? Why am I seeing a square? Why am I seeing a rectangle? Why am I seeing a star? It's all levels of you. Understand the triangulation? In position location. There it is. All connected. Right? Communicating to everything in all one location. Right? Mind telepathy, opposition location. There it is. All in triangulation. So remember, all line center X2000 comes in, scans everything that you do into center operation. Now, everything else is location, it sets up a new crop circle location of its position of its direction, right? If you're off signal. So anything that you do, we refix. Okay? So it's like putting things back in positions. Michael, Mount Everest. Time to buzz the tower. Or airbender. Fly crossing line connection line center. Hot dogging all line center rotations. Dog fighting and communication line interference, position, directions, and seen everything behind him. Right? So if you're fast tracking, you're missing so much. Slowing down is the acceleration. Okay? So if you go to the hare and the tortoise, you know exactly why the communications of the hare won. Right? Because the tortoise had position locations and knowing exactly it's going to take its time. It knew it had to take its time. It knew it was going to win the race. But the hare, way past the tortoise. Right? Who won the race? Perfect example. So it's about understanding you and all levels of you, how to use your line connections. This puts you in a better direction. All right. All right. So see you guys on TikTok. Glad you guys had a lot of fun. Adios.